What if the underworld itself obeyed your command, shadows, whispered your name, and no soul could escape your gaze? This was the destiny of Hades. Hades, son of Cronus and Rhea, was born in the dark Titan palace, but was swallowed by his father to defy a prophecy of overthrow. Trapped for years, he was freed by Zeus and fought in the 10-year Titanomachy, wielding a helm of invisibility from the Cyclopes to defeat the Titans after victory. In the cosmic division, Hades claimed the underworld and descended to rule where shadows dwell and death brings balance. Hades entered the depths of the earth where the air was heavy and cold and water dripped from jagged stone ceilings to forge the underworld. He created 5 rivers, Styx, hatred, with black toxic waters, where gods swore unbreakable oaths. Acheron, sorrow, where the skeletal ferryman Charon rode souls across for a gold coin. Cocytus, lamentation, echoing with the wails of regretful spirits. Phlegethon, fire, a stream of blazing lava to burn sinners. And Lethe, forgetfulness, with clear waters that erased memories, granting peace. He built towering walls of black stone and dark crystals and Set. Cerberus, a monstrous 3-headed dog with razor-sharp, teeth-glowing red eyes and a serpent-tailed body as gatekeeper to terrify the living and trap the dead. This intricate structure made the underworld an orderly yet fearsome realm where Hades, crowned with black obsidian, sat on an ebony throne, enforcing the laws of death and maintaining the balance of life and death with hidden jewels and metals gleaming beneath his feet. To ensure justice, Hades appointed 3 wise judges. Minos, former king of Crete, with a long white beard and hawk-like eyes, who weighed souls, deeds from life. Rhadamanthus, his stern brother, who sentenced evildoers to Tartarus, a deep pit of fiery chains and utter darkness. And Aeacus, keeper of the golden keys, who guided the virtuous to Elysium, a lush paradise with eternal spring green meadows and sweet rivers. Punishments were ingenious and eternal. Ixion spun on a flaming wheel, burning endlessly. The Danaids filled leaking jars, water spilling forever. And Tityus had his liver eaten by a giant eagle, regrowing each night. Hades set strict laws with no exceptions, even for God's making. The underworld, a symbol of cosmic justice, where every action faced eternal consequences under his piercing gaze. In the underworld's oppressive silence, broken only by river murmurs and distant wails, Hades felt profound loneliness. No god wanted to live in his shadowy realm. Often he donned his helm of invisibility to visit the upper world. Watching from the shadows one day, he saw Persephone, the radiant daughter of Demeter and Zeus, picking narcissus and roses in Sicily's sunlit meadows, her golden hair dancing in the breeze-white silk dress, flowing and smile glowing like sunlight. Hades' heart stirred with passionate love for the first time. With Zeus's secret approval, he unleashed his black chariot drawn by 4 dark steeds with fiery red eyes, split the earth with a borrowed trident from Poseidon, and abducted Persephone. She screamed, dropping her flowers and struggling, but Hades carried her to his palace, where underground gems sparkled like stars. Yet sunlight and fresh flowers were absent. He showered her with gold glittering jewels and underworld fruits, but Persephone longed for her mother and the bright world. This sudden abduction sparked a complex, dramatic love story that not only changed Hades' life but forever altered the seasons of nature. Demeter, Persephone's mother and goddess of agriculture, went mad with grief when her daughter vanished. Clutching flaming torches, she roamed the earth, day and night, refusing food or drink. Her hair tangled, her robes torn. Plants withered, trees bore no fruit. The earth turned barren and a harsh winter gripped the world, leaving humans starving and praying for relief. Demeter met Hecate, goddess of magic and moonlight, who, with Her black hounds and glowing torches had heard Persephone's scream. Hecate led her to Helios, the sun god who saw all from above. Reluctantly, Helios revealed that Hades, with Zeus's permission, had taken Persephone to the underworld. Enraged, Demeter abandoned. Olympus disguised herself as a grieving old woman and wandered to Eleusis, where the king's daughters found her by a well and took her to their palace. Still heartbroken, she cursed the earth to remain barren. This desperate search and maternal fury reshaped the seasons and forced Hades to face the consequences of his love as humans suffered and pressured Zeus to intervene. Zeus, alarmed by the earth's devastation, sent Hermes, the winged messenger with his golden staff, to negotiate with Hades. Hermes crossed the rivers, calmed Cerberus, and reached Hades' black palace, where Persephone sat beside Hades on the ebony throne, her eyes sad but softened by his devotion. Hades agreed to release her, but before she left offered 6 red, sweet pomegranate seeds from his underground gardens, a magical fruit, binding her to the underworld for 1 month per seed. Unaware of the consequences, Persephone ate them. When she ascended, Demeter rejoiced. The earth bloomed, flowers sprouted, and spring arrived. But for 6 months each year, Persephone returned to Hades, and Demeter's grief brought winter, leaves falling and winds howling. Hades waited alone during her absence, but their love balanced the seasons, making Persephone the underworld's queen, blending Hades' stern justice with her gentle compassion and tying the cycle of death and life to nature's rhythm. Orpheus, the legendary musician with a golden lyre that tamed beasts, was devastated when his beautiful wife Eurydice died from a viper's bite. Determined to retrieve her, he descended through the dark, tenuous cave to the underworld. His music lulled Cerberus to sleep, silenced the rivers, and brought tears to the spirit's eyes. In Hades' palace, Orpheus' haunting melody moved Hades with his black beard, and Persephone, crowned with underworld flowers, to tears. Touched by his love, Hades allowed Eurydice to return. On one condition, Orpheus must not look back at her as they ascended until fully out of the underworld. Orpheus led the way, Eurydice's footsteps soft behind him, but near the exit, doubt gripped him. Had she truly followed? He turned, and Eurydice vanished into shadow, her scream echoing as she was lost forever. Hades upheld the unyielding laws of death, sending Orpheus back alone and heartbroken, proving that even the greatest love cannot break the underworld's eternal rules, cementing its reputation as an unchangeable realm. Hercules, the mighty half-god hero with iron muscles and the Nemean lion's pelt, entered the underworld for his 12th labor, tasked by King Eurystheus to capture Cerberus without weapons. Guided by Athena and Hermes, he descended through a sea cliff cave, crossed the rivers, and reached Hades' palace. Hades, with piercing eyes, studied Hercules and said, "Tame my guardian without weapons, and you may take him, but know Cerberus is my power symbol." Hercules grappled the 3-headed beast, its dagger-like teeth snapping, red eyes blazing and serpent tails striking. He seized the central neck, choked it into submission, and chained the unconscious dog. Hades, with a cold smile, permitted Hercules to leave, but sent a small earthquake to wound him on the way, a reminder of the underworld's might. When Hercules displayed Cerberus to Eurystheus and returned it, Hades upheld his rules. But this adventure showcased his respect for bold heroes and made Cerberus a fearsome symbol of the underworld's terror. Theseus, Athens' bronze-sworded hero with boundless courage, and his friend Pirithous, the red-haired Lapith king with a reckless spirit, dared to invade the underworld to steal Persephone for Pirithous' bride, believing themselves worthy of gods. They entered through a dark cave, crossed the rivers, and reached Hades' palace. Hades cunningly invited them to a feast, offering underworld fruits and seating them on enchanted chairs of forgetfulness, black stone seats that fused their bodies to rock and clouded their minds. They screamed but couldn't move, trapped in eternal stillness. Years later, Hercules, during his Cerberus labor, freed Theseus with his strength, tearing him from the stone. But Pirithous remained, transformed into rock, suffering forever. This punishment revealed Hades' fierce love for Persephone and warned that the underworld was no place for theft or arrogance, but a realm of relentless justice. Sisyphus, the cunning king of Corinth with sly eyes and a sharp mind, cheated death twice, first by chaining Thanatos, the god of death, so no one died, causing chaos, then by tricking his wife to leave him unburied, allowing him to return to life. When he finally died, Hades dragged him to Tartarus and devised a cruel punishment. Sisyphus had to push a massive boulder up a steep hill, sweat dripping and muscles aching, but just before the summit, the stone rolled down, forcing him to start again for eternity. This endless torment showcased Hades' ingenuity in punishing deceivers and became the Sisyphean task, a symbol of futile effort, teaching that cheating death carries heavy, everlasting consequences in the underworld's dark depths. Tantalus, a proud king and friend of the gods, with a golden crown and silk robes, invited the gods to a feast, but to test them, killed his son Pelops, cooked him and served him. Outraged, the gods revived Pelops and sent Tantalus to Hades. In Tartarus, Hades crafted a torment. Tantalus stood neck-deep in a clear pool, but when he tried to drink, the water receded, leaving him parched. Above, trees dangled red apples and juicy pears, but when he reached, the wind blew them away. This eternal hunger and thirst punishment reflected Hades' justice against betrayal and sacrilege, birthing the term tantalizing for something, agonizingly close yet unattainable, ensuring Tantalus suffered forever in Tartarus's shadows. Despite his dark reign, Hades had secret loves. He brought the beautiful nymph Minthe, with green hair and pale skin, to the underworld, smitten by her charm. Jealous, Persephone transformed Minthe into the mint plant, its fresh scent spreading through the underworld's gardens. A permanent reminder of her rival, Hades then fell for the nymph Luce, with blue eyes like pools, and to protect her from Persephone's wrath, turned her into a white poplar tree, its branches shading his palace forever. These hidden loves revealed Hades' romantic side, but Persephone's jealousy filled the underworld with magical plants and trees, each holding a story of love and curse, balancing Hades' passion with her vengeful power. Hades ruled not only the dead, but also the earth's hidden treasures, gold, silver, diamonds, and glittering gems, earning the title Pluton, the wealthy one, for the riches beneath his feet. He blessed Greek miners with veins of jewels, but sent earthquakes to collapse mines if they grew greedy, taking more than their share. Mortals feared his name, calling him Ploton or the unseen to avoid his wrath, and built underground shrines to honor him. This aspect made Hades a god of balance, blending death with wealth, showing the underworld was not just a place of darkness, but a realm of hidden treasures, accessible only to the just. Hades, with his long black beard, piercing night-like eyes and dark robe, was no villain as modern tales paint him, but a just and stern god who upheld death's laws without exception, maintaining cosmic balance. Mortals feared saying Hades, using gentler names like Pluton to avoid angering him. With his helm of invisibility, golden keys to the underworld's gates, and loyal Cerberus, he kept his realm secure. Living in solitude but balancing seasons with Persephone and testing heroes, Hades became a symbol of natural death and justice, a god rarely seen but always present, ensuring life and death remained in harmony. From his ebony throne in the underworld's depths, where gems sparkled and rivers whispered, Hades ruled the dead, fathering enigmatic children like Zagreus, a shadowy hunter, later linked to Dionysus, and Macaria, goddess of blessed death. With Persephone, he balanced the seasons, and through trials he strengthened heroes. As shadows danced, rivers flowed, and Cerberus guarded, Hades endured. His epic, a timeless story of darkness, justice, love, and hidden mysteries that still captivates. This tale echoes through the dark depths of the underworld. Your like and comment are a light in the darkness, and subscribing is a pact for eternity beside Hades.